Welcome everyone to practice. My name is Kimberly. For today's class, we'll be turning on the hips at the first start, or the first portion of class, by abducting and adducting our thighs. And then the second portion of our flow will be opening through the chest a little more, the shoulders. So we create that nice base by creating heat in the hip and getting deep into the hip socket, to then layer on that nice opening of the chest. So hopefully it's a feel-good flow, still lots of work in between, like getting the body warmed up, so when you leave the mat you feel balanced and just ready for what's ahead. Grab a strap. We'll be using it. If you have something strap-like, that could work as well. And if you enjoyed today's class, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can leave me any questions or comments in the comment box below. I love to hear from you. So let's get started just on our back. Whatever shape feels best, just take a moment to drop in. Whether you breathe in and out, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Or find Ujjayi right off the bat. Whatever's going to allow you to inhabit your body. Soften through the borders or edges of your body. So you kind of just melt more through the center, the core. Feel more connected to your spirit. Take one more full breath. And then release the arms alongside you with the palms down and take the legs straight up over the hips. And then hover your left leg, and you might want to watch me here. We're going to keep this L shape of the legs. We're going to start by abducting and adducting the legs. But keeping the legs at this plane, we'll just take the legs out, drawing apart, and then in, drawing together. And then we're going to layer on, hands behind the head. Take the chest and lift it as you draw the legs out. And as you squeeze the thighs together and draw in, twist to your right. Inhale, hover head, chest, legs out. Just looking up. Exhale, twist. So about 8 more there. Inhale, take your time. Exhale. Squeeze every last drop of breath out. Inhale. Exhale. And then really trying to hover that left leg. It's going to want to lift. Of course, if you need to lift the leg higher, go ahead if it's pulling on the low back. We're just trying to graze the floor with that heel. Last 3. 2. Feeling the outer hips, inner thighs turn on. Last 1. And then hover your chest, take the legs out to a V. Second side, circle the legs so the right leg hovers. Inhale, legs out. Exhale, legs in and twist left. Hovering the right heel as you take the legs out. And then skimming the mat as you take them in. And about 8 more. Let your head drop back. Try to soften the neck. Just saying good morning to your hips, your core. Last 3. 2. On this last one, squeeze all the breath out. Squeeze the thighs. And then head down, knees in. Come into happy baby. Grab onto the feet. Breathe into the low back. And then rock and roll along your spine. And then cross your ankles and come right into downward facing dog. And go ahead and just start to pedal out the legs and then pivot the heels to the right, to the left, and just breathing into the side bodies. Do that a few more times. And then settle right in the middle. And then come back to your breath and let yourself be an active participant in the breath. This way, shifting your gaze to it. To tune into the sensations. Take one more full breath. Good. Take an inhale. Just stretch your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Leg up and back. Inhale. Knee to nose. Pull the thigh to chest. Leg up and back. Knee to nose. And then flex your right foot. Step your foot between your hands. Spin the left foot out. Come up to warrior one. Take an inhale. Downward dog. Exhale. Just step it back. Left leg up, inhale. Knee to nose. Leg up and back. Knee to nose. Leg up and back. Right through center, knee to nose. Flex the foot, step it between. Turn the right foot out, drop the hips low. Inhale, warrior one. Just waking up the body. Exhale, step it back to dog. So no vinyasa. And then look forward, step your feet together, bend your knees, split hop your right foot between your hands. And then warrior one, inhale, just land the left foot, reach the arms up. Exhale, downward facing dog, step back. Again, split hop left foot between. Warrior one, inhale, just moving with the breath. Exhale, downward facing. So it's more about the legs and core. Split hop right leg between. Inhale, Virabhadrasana A. Exhale to dog. Split hop left foot between. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Inhale, ripple forward to plank. Now bring your knees down for tabletop, shoulders over wrists. Just find a cow pose and lengthen out. Stretch the front body open and long. Exhale, round into cat. You can sit back to your heels. I'm going to come into a little more hip work here. Curl your toes under and then extend the right leg back. Now you can keep the left knee down or hover it. So it's just barely lifted. Now turn the right foot out, hug the knee to the side, to the center, and then leg back, keeping the shoulders right over the wrist. Twice more. Side, center, internally rotate back. Roll it open. Side, center, back. Now switch direction. Center, open, extend the hip back. Twice more. Center, open, leg back. Center, open, leg back. Curl the left toes under, lift the knee. If it's not, down dog splits, lift the hip. And then bend your knee and take 3 big circles in one direction. Keeping the heel in close, and then just switch directions. Keep firming the left hip in, arms straight and strong. And then straighten the leg and square it off there. Take an inhale, turn the toes down, drop your head, relax your neck. Knee to nose. Pull the thigh in and then step between your hands. Good. Take a curtsy squat. So abducting the legs, take the leg to the right. Stay on your fingertips, but squeeze the thighs. 3, 2, step it back. 1, reverse warrior. Inhale, stretch that whole right side. Reach the right shin and knee away from you. Just take another breath in, sit lower in the hips. And then cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank pose. Scoot forward from your toes, lift the belly, take it to the belly chaturanga as you bend your elbows. Setting up for cobra, curl the shoulders back. And then inhale, push through the tops of the thighs. Try to soften the glutes a little and spread and lift through the chest a lot. Lower down, again, shoulders back. Pubic bone down. Inhale. Charge down through the legs. Lift the navel. Chest. Exhale, lower. Walk your hands back. Curl your toes under. Inhale to plank pose. Exhale, go back, downward facing. Inhale, ripple forward. Tabletop. And then left leg back. Keep the right knee down or hover it, just to make it a little more challenging if you want. And then inhale, roll it open, hug it in, center and back. Exhale, hug it in to the side, center and back. Side, center, and back. Keep the shoulders right over the wrists. Switching direction, center, side, back, center, side, back. Last one. Down dog splits. And then bend your knee. Take big circles from the knee on the side wall. Roughly 3, and then switch directions. Spread your fingers. Feel the thumb knuckle, inner palm, firming down. And then straighten the leg. Internally rotate it. Hug your right hip into the socket. Drop your head. Relax your neck. Pull the belly in. Take a breath in. Knee to nose, breath out, step between. Now walk your hands forward, just curtsy that right leg to the left, squeeze your thighs, drop your hips. Step it back, inhale, reverse warrior. Stand the exhale, lengthen your tailbone to the left heel. Take another breath in. And then vinyasa, just take it through your flow. Take a full breath there. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it between your hands. I'm going to move through a couple rounds of sun B. Inhale, crescent lunge. Reach the arms high. Drop the hips low. And then exhale. Step your right foot halfway back. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Lift the left leg. And then just one hop. Hop off your right foot, kick your butt, step back, maybe float back to chaturanga, downward facing dog. Left leg up, inhale, step it between your hands. Drop your hips, cinch through the waist, inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, stay, front ribs back. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant your palms, step halfway back, and then take one hop, kick your butt, and then through your vinyasa. And then come back to your breath. Notice if it got away from you, if you lost it. So we add on a little layer to that handstand hop. Inhale, ripple forward to high plank. Or lift your right leg up. Come to your left fingertips. Now find cross diagonal balance. You might stay on the left fingertips or draw the left arm forward. You might stay or bring right knee, right upper arm high up as though there's something between your thigh and abdomen that you're squeezing. 3, push through the right inner palm. 2, left hand down, wild thing. Left shoulder blade to spine as you take the leg over. Lift up. Take a big breath. Good, then exhale, down dog splits. Take an inhale, and then set the foot down. Second side, ripple forward to plank. Push hands to feet, feet to hands, so the chest stays broad as the navel lifts. And then lift your left leg and come to your right fingertips. Maybe right arm forward. Maybe left knee, left upper arm. Lift the thigh. 3. Roll the right hip to your left. 2. Right hand down, wild thing. Make it smooth as possible. Suspend as you lift, using upper back strength. Take an inhale. Use your center strength. Slowly spin back to down dog splits. Inhale. Set the foot down. Exhale. Take the knees down, sit back to child's pose for a moment. Come back to center. Great, come up to tabletop. Maybe a cow and a cat. And then right back to downward facing dog. So we're going to work back into the hips a little more. This next flow has 2 intervals, so we can also get the circulation to stir up a little. But it's going to end with half pigeon. So nice sweet ending to that work. So we're going to start with our first interval. We're going to come onto the balls of the feet. We're just going to hop outside, hop back to dog with soft knees, and hop inside the hands. So outside the hands, inside the hands. So about 40 seconds. Hands stay firmly grounded the whole time. To make it harder, keep your butt low. Most importantly, just land quietly. Lie down the feet. Can you soften maybe the jaw? Last 10 seconds. And then soft knee dog. Nicely done. Ripple forward to plank. Gonna open that all up. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga to the belly. Forehead down. Point the toes back. Clasp your hands behind your back. Shimmy your shoulder blades together. And then press your pubic bone down. Inhale, lift your shoulders, your head, your chest. And then exhale, lift your legs. Drag your shoulder blades together. Roll the inner thighs up. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release. Come up to Sphinx, so palms forward enough. Prop up to your elbows. And then drag your elbows under towards your feet. Push down through pubic bone, top thighs. Curl your toes under, lift your hips. Walk your feet in, dolphin. Ears between biceps, float your right leg up. Back to our hips, bend the knee, circle the knee. 3 times, one direction. Big circle, hugging that left hip in. And then switch directions. Keeping equal weight in the elbows. And then leg up and back, square it off. Wrap your upper arms in. Push the mat away with the elbows. Lift through the chest. Look forward, make sure elbows are in line with wrists. We're gonna pull right knee to chest as we straighten the arms, core plank. And then step it between your hands. Come back to curtsy. Drop your hips, maybe tap hand to foot for this one. And then step it back. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, find side angle pose. Hand inside foot or elbow to knee. And then stretch your left arm up and just find a half bind here to open through the chest a little more. And then firm your right sitting bone in as you lounge your chest back. So the pressure of the right elbow or upper arm into the knee is going to help you find that external rotation. Keep tracking the knee over the second toe. Really important. Take one more full breath there. Now release your half bind, stretch the left arm up, and then walk your right fingertips in front of your right foot. We're coming to half moon using a block or keeping your hands down. Look to the side of the room. See if you can see your toes in your periphery. If not, draw your toes a little more toward your left. And then sit higher through that right hip, hugging in. Take an inhale there. As you exhale, lean weight in your right heel as you drag your left thigh to your chest. So the right sitting bone tracks back. Now straighten the left leg like you're kicking someone to your left. And then maybe toes forward, more weight in that right heel. 3. Belly to spine. 2. Leg back. 1. Half moon. Inhale. Bend right knee. Reverse warrior. Teeter totter back. Exhale. Take a breath in. Nicely done. Cartwheel your hands down. Stretch your right leg up and back. And then hop your left to your right hand. Exhale, right knee, left upper arm. Leg up and back. Okay, this is our second interval. Keep it going. I call these X hops. They're fun. Fun to hop. Feel the core, hip connection. Make it light. Most importantly, find your own cadence, rhythm. Let it be your guide. Just 10 more seconds. Finish up and then leg up and back. Right knee, right upper arm, half pigeon, swing the foot in behind the left wrist. So square off your hips, lengthen your spine out, and then just fold in. I'm going to give you a couple minutes here. Breathe into that right hip a little more. If you want more, you might walk your torso to the left a little, but really pin your right sitting bone and hip down. Just let the breath slow down. Good, just another 25 seconds or so. Take your last full breath. And then inhale, sit up, look forward. We're going to swing the left leg forward. Sit on your sits bones, cross your ankles, draw your heels in, push your palms down, lift your seat up. Seat down, inhale, Navasana. Cross the opposite ankle, Heels to butt, lift the heart and chin, push and lift the seat. Last one, inhale Navasana, lift the low back. Exhale, cross your right ankle in front, push down, lift up. And then step your right foot down, step your left leg back, Virabhadrasana A. Reach the arms up, take your hands behind your head, and then knit the front ribs back, lift through the side bodies. Lay your head back in your hands. Open through the chest. Bend into right knee, but keep the back leg strong. Full breath in. And exhale, vinyasa. Any way through. Downward facing. Take a clearing breath. Here we go. Hopping out and in. You can shorten your dog a little. Just long enough to get the heart rate going. Last 10 seconds. Downward facing dog. Ripple forward to plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Forehead down, opposite thumb on top as you clasp or hook your thumbs. So get your shoulder blades together. Drag them back. Lift the upper arms and your thumbs as you lift your chest and your head. Now lift your legs. Point the toes. Lift your belly. Take an inhale. Exhale. Bring it all down. Sphinx. Again, come back to the power of the legs to lift the belly away from the pelvis. Then the chest. Curl the toes under. Forearm plank. And then walk your feet in for dolphin. Lift your left leg up, bend the knee, big circles, 3 in one direction. And then the other direction. And then leg up and back. Pause for a moment. Just make sure the wrists are in line with the elbows and they're shoulder width apart. You're gonna pull your left knee to your chest. Lift your chin, straighten the elbows, core plank, shoulders over wrists. Step it between your hands. Curtsy, right leg over, maybe grab the foot. Drop your hips, squeeze your thighs, look forward. 3, 2, reverse warrior 1. Heel to arch alignment, breath in. Side angle, breath out. Right arm up, flip the palm. Exhale, half bound, side angle. Elbow to knee, hand inside foot. Take one of the two. And then get your left hip in. Push your right heel. Hug back to your low belly. Soften through the neck. Take one more full breath. On your exhale, release the bind. Walk the left fingertips forward of the left toes. Half moon, inhale. Send your gaze slightly right. See your toes in your periphery. If you can't, draw the leg forward. We tend to hang out with the leg back behind us. So finding that alignment, mark it, take a breath in. Pull the right knee to your chest, breath out. Really pull it in, you can grab the shin. But drag your left sits bones back. Get heavier through your heel. Keep the chest open and just straighten the knee. Draw the toes forward, more weight in left heel. Chest forward, 3. Belly to spine, 2. Leg back, half moon, 1. Inhale, tip back, reverse, warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel hands, leg up and back. Look to the hands. Inhale, hop your right foot to left hand, forward and back. Exhale, under and over. Keep it going. So from abduction to adduction. Should feel heat all around the hip, 3-dimensionally. In a balanced way, however, that is nice to our sacral spine. Supports it, helps us feel free, stable, and strong. Pause in your down dog splits there. And then left knee, left upper arm, half pigeon. And then just set it up. And then 2 minutes, fold in, enjoy. It's good to take little rest stops. Come back to the breath. So your practice doesn't always feel so overwhelming. You can check in and be sure you're giving yourself what you need. In order to be an active participant, you're not just taking orders from me, you're always listening, checking in. So this practice can help us ultimately be an active participant in our lives. Take the last 30 seconds or so. Take a big breath. And then walk your hands in. Sit on your left hip. Swing the back leg forward. Navasana. And then plant your palms, cross an ankle, heels in, lift the seat. 3, 2, hips down, Navasana, uncross, opposite ankle, pick up. 3, 2, navel to spine. Navasana, inhale. Exhale, cross left ankle on top. 3, thighs to chest. 2, and then look down, step your left foot down, right leg back. Warrior 1, take a breath in. Exhale, vinyasa, just take it through or step back to dog. Stay there for 5 full breaths or child's pose. And then come into toe stand, so sit back on your heels. Curl your toes under. And now that we've warmed up the hips, we're going to layer on a little more extension of the spine. So if you have a strap, you can use it, but let's all initially take the arms up and then bend the elbows. Take the upper arms back and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Feel The byproduct of that is the chest opening. And then take your hands behind your head so the elbows are wide. And then I want you to imagine you're making kind of like a double chin or an Egyptian, and you're taking your skull straight back. So it's going back beyond your spine or the back plane of your heart even, without lifting your chin at all. So keep looking forward. You're just taking, if you were to press your hand into your chin, your skull back, back, and then even more back. Then from there, you can squeeze your elbows together and lift your chin up away from your chest. Keep squeezing your elbows and then soften the upper traps and keep lifting the heart. And then slowly come out. And then you can bring chin to chest, maybe clasp your hands behind your back. And then if you want to work with a strap, I think it's a good way to maybe get in a little deeper. Just do the same support with your hands. So a little wider than shoulder width. Bend the elbows. Take the strap around the back of the head like a sling. Hug your elbows in towards one another, so close they might even touch. And then pressure of your skull into the back sling of the strap. And you should feel those, you might not feel much of anything, but a little bit of a stretch through the supporting muscles of the neck. But maybe just visualize your discs in the posterior cervical spine opening. Those discs that tend to get really closed off. Now lift the elbows. Keep the weight of the head into the sling of the strap or your hands whenever you're using. Take a deep inhale into the back ribs, front ribs, side ribs. And then exhale, use your core to come up. And then a little wider grip of the strap. Just cactus your arms and then create a full circle. And you can just loop your hands as close as you can. Squeeze your arms apart as they lift up. And then lift the heart. Good. And then release the strap there. Tops of feet down. You might pat them out. Take an inhale there for cow. Exhale, round. And then sit back towards your heels. Just counter that work. Tabletop, inhale, cow. Drag your upper arms back. Broaden the chest space. Exhale, push away. Sit back towards your heels. Come into tabletop there. Take an inhale. And then just step your feet back into a high plank. Keep the elbows straight. And if you need to, bring your knees down. We're going to find Serratus Push-Ups. So melt the ribs towards the mat. And as a byproduct of that, your shoulder blades will come together. Really allow them to scrunch together. And then pause. Now think of the upper palate up towards the ceiling, but then shoulder blades scrunch together. So you're not dumping your head. All the work's just from the mobility of the shoulder blades, those muscles squeezing together. Now using the muscles under the armpits to push away. Shoulder blades apart. Drag them apart. Hug your upper arms towards your hips. And then shoulder blades scrunch together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Think a little bit of upper palate towards the ceiling. Try to pause. I know it's hard. And then push away. Drag them apart. Spread, spread, spread. Lift belly. But then hug your upper arms into their sockets. 3. You should be trembling. 2. One more. Drag shoulder blades together now. Think of scrunching them. Squeeze like a pencil between them. Upper palate back slightly. And then push away. Spread them apart. Now hinge forward, broaden your chest, chaturanga, and it should feel pretty easy. Inhale, upward facing. Linger, stretch, lift. Sit back to child's pose. Nicely done. Take a full breath. Good, downward facing dog. Stretch your right leg up. Bend the knee and open the hip. Straighten the leg, square it off. And just set the foot down. Left leg up. Bend the knee and open the hip. Straighten the leg, square it off. And then set the foot down. Ripple forward to high plank. Keeping the toes curled under, drop the hips, lift the chest. Upward dog with the toes curled under. Exhale, right knee, left upper arm. Step back, up dog, toes stay curled under. Hug your upper arms, scrunch shoulder blades together, lift your belly. Right knee, left upper arm. Doesn't have to touch, just do your best. Take it back, melt the hips, lift the heart. And then right knee, left upper arm. You might step the back foot in, maybe prop your right toes down. We're going to go for an arm balance here. So right knee, left upper arm, Ekapada Kundanyasana A, revolved hurdler's pose. I like to step in enough to get knee to upper arm, then hinge forward, then lift right foot. So you have to keep your chest broad and lean forward. Lift your chest. Maybe fly the back leg. Good. Left toes down, right leg up and back. Inhale. And then just take big circles, maybe with a straight leg this time. Clockwise. And then counterclockwise. Go ahead and open, bend, and stretch. Wild thing. Take the leg over and lift. Come into side plank on the left hand. Maybe a tree leg or straight leg, extending the knee. Coming to pyramid pose. Hug your right knee in. Step your right foot, tap a mat, and just set up here. So shorten your stance. Put a little bend in your right knee. Inhale and lengthen. Look up. Push through the ball of the foot to firm your right hip back as you fold. Just let it be easy. Releasing any tension, anything that's been weighing you down. Soften back into your body. Inhale, look down. We're just going to take the palms back to the mat and float your right leg up. Find that internal rotation, almost like you're adducting your thighs to the center line. Keep that. Lean your weight towards your hands. We're just going to hop off the left foot. Keep hopping. So this is an opportunity to play if you want to find an L. We are just coming to a standing forward fold, however. Maybe straight up and down. And then both feet between your hands. Inhale, float the chest out, look up. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, take a breath in. And thumbs to heart. Eagle pose, find chair, bend the knees, and then left arm under your right, left leg over. Lift the elbows and then come back to that upper palate back. Feeling the back of the skull draw away from the forearms as you lift the elbows, and then drop the seat. Keep the arms, come to warrior 3, unravel the left leg, and just find warrior 1. Inhale, lift the elbows up, humble like this, exhale. Hug your right hip in to the socket, and then draw your right sitting bone back and down towards your left foot. You can keep the arms or unravel them. Maybe press your palms firmly into the mat and put more weight into your left foot. So you can continue to firm your right hip in as you drop your head. If you want to go even deeper, right shoulder under knee, maybe bind. Grabbing your right wrist with your left hand. But keep firming that right hip in. Take one more full breath. Good. Release your hands down to runner's lunge. And simply step your left foot to meet your right, fold forward. Now take your right leg back and bring the knee down. Inhale for low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, come into horizon lunge. Pivot your feet to the left, drop your right hip. And get that nice right side body all the way through the outer hip. Stretch. One more full breath there. And push your right hand. We're going to lift that right hip and spin on our feet to pivot around to your right through Prasarita. And then frame your right foot to come up to Crescent Lunge. And then thumbs to heart and twist, left elbow, right knee. And then hug the skin of the right hip back. And keep gathering your low belly away from your right thigh as you roll open through the chest. Take 5 full breaths. You can open the arms, half or full bind. Good. Slowly release. Come right to reverse warrior. Take a breath in. Exhale, vinyasa. Just take it through your flow. Any way through. Good. Slowly bring your knees back down. Sit on your heels. And then stand on your knees. Let's come to camel. So keeping toes curled under or tops of feet down, up to you. Lengthen your tailbone, hug back through your belly, and then scrunch your shoulder blades together. And then decide, hands to maybe low back, curl. But set up the cervical spine, so upper palate back as you squeeze shoulder blades together. Then you might lean back and then lift up. You can keep your gaze forward. And then once you create that space through the back, cervical spine, then it's comfortable to drop the head. Keep lifting up through the heart. Pushing down through tops of feet, shins, and knees. Soak it up. And then re-support if you need to as you inhale, stand. And then exhale, come to tabletop. Take an inhale there for cow. Exhale, round, and sit back towards your heels. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward to plank. Keep the toes curled under, drop the hips. Upward facing, little micro bend of the elbows. As we come up to plank, left knee, right upper arm. Step back, melt the hips, lift the heart, breathe in. Really working the triceps. Exhale, lift the belly, left knee, right upper arm. Toes stay curled under, upward facing. And then step the right foot in, left knee, right upper arm. And you can kickstand the left foot down and just set up. So getting that right arm to the outer knee, because you're going to need that connection. And then hug your elbows in, lean your chest forward. First step is just lifting the left foot. Extend the knee, but then lean forward, lean forward. You can't lean forward enough. Lift your chest, shoulders higher than elbows. 3, squeeze the thighs. 2, right toes down, left leg back. And then circle, maybe with a straight knee, 3 times one direction, hugging the right hip in, and then switch directions. Good, leg up and back by the knee, open the hip, wild thing, flip your dog. Inhale, side plank on the right hand, maybe a tree leg, or extend the knee. Look to the right thumb, inhale, pyramid pose, step left heel, right thumb. Spin your right foot out. Inhale, lengthen the front spine, look up. Exhale, fold. Use your inhale to lift and broaden. Firm the belly as you exhale and fold. Keep that feeling of up dog in your chest. Put a little more weight in your left foot. And then wrap the skin of the left hip towards the back of the mat. Take one more full breath. Down dog splits. Float your left leg up. And then internally rotate the leg, turn the toes down. And then look forward. Just lean your shoulders toward your wrists. Find those little hops off your right foot. You might take 2 to 3, maybe finding the L shape. Hug the thighs to the center line. If it's possible, straight up and down. Just play with what you have today. Be okay with feeling a little unsteady. Fold forward. Inhale, extend out. Exhale and fold. Come up to stand. Thumbs to heart. Chair pose, inhale. Right arm under. And then right leg over. Badakanasana. And again, we want to bring our head forward. So upper palate back as you lift your elbows. Push your forearms away from you. Think of spreading your shoulder blades apart. And then cinch all around the waist as you squeeze the thighs. Keep the arms, warrior 3. Inhale. And just right to warrior 1. Exhale. Lift the elbows. Inhale. Drag your tailbone down. And then exhale, pull your belly in and humble like this. And then scoop your left hip in. Lengthen your side bodies out as you fold. And just let your head go. Now up to you to keep the arms or walk your hands out like downward dog, and so much that you can put some pressure in your hands to put more weight back into your right foot there. And then from that, you're able to firm your left hip in to the socket even more. Left sitting bone back and down even more. Take one more full breath. Good, and then come to runner's lunge and just step your right foot to meet your left, forward fold, and then left leg back, bring the knee down. Inhale, lengthen up and out. Horizon lunge, left hand down, pivot, feet to your right, and drop your left hip. And just get that nice release. I always get really happy when I go into this pose. It feels so good. All right, restabilize with your left hand. We're going to spin up and around 180 degrees to our left. Crescent lunge on the left leg. Inhale. Thumbs to heart twist to your left. And then 5 full breaths. But lift your right thigh bone up. Hug your left hip in. And then lounge the chest back. Stay, open the arms, half or full bind. Good. Just look down, thumbs to heart. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, vinyasa. Take it through. Come all the way to your belly. Set your forehead down. Reach back for your ankles. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Press your pubic bone down. And then scrunch. Press your pubic bone down. And then on your inhale, lift your chest. And then point your toes. Maybe lift your thighs or keep them down. But keep lifting the side ribs up as you rock back towards your pubic bone and hug back to your belly. Drag your shoulder blades together, arms back, heart lifts, full breath in. Exhale, release. And then just bring your hands together. Let your third eye rest on your thumbs and rock your hips side to side. And then come to your elbows. Curl the toes under, forearm plank. All right, to dolphin, step in. So just playing with an inversion, you might stay. This is an inversion. If you want, pinch a Malasana or even headstand Shavasana. All great options. Just letting the blood flow switch. Restabilizing the low spine. Take about 5 more full breaths or come into child's pose when you are ready. And slowly make your way out. Downward facing dog. So this last portion, before we end up on our seat, I just want you to shorten your dog and come into this down dog Malasana hybrid, where we sit our hips back, nice stretch for the low back here. Wrap your triceps down, put pressure in your hands, almost like you're in down dog. And just look underneath you there, let your head go. And then we're going to work towards a pike shape. So we're not taking our legs up over our hips. We're finding 90 degrees of the legs. So it looks like this. And takes a lot of core to literally throw your hips over your shoulders straight up and down. So just do what you can, for even if it's just that much. But here's what we're going to do. This is your abduction. We're going to take it to adduction. So as we hop off our feet, I want you to twist tie your thighs or maybe just your ankles and then land back. So it's abduction to adduction, abduction to cross. You're scissoring your legs as you hop. So give it a go here. Take an inhale, hop up, crisscross, land light. Hop up, breathe out, land light. So the little crisscross should help you find your belly a little more, and it's really hard. So just do what you can. Think of throwing your hips, your leg bones, your feet overhead as you hop. If you're getting the pike, just hold it. Maybe take it straight up and down, but keep the crisscross. Squeeze the legs, point the toes. Keep the crisscross as you pike, and then take it back. How'd you do? Bring your bottom down. Take your palms out. Bring your feet to Supta Badakanasana. And I just want you to shimmy your shoulder blades side to side. And then hands to the outer edges of the feet. Badakanasana, sit up tall. And then fold forward. You can walk your hands out there. Inhale, look up. Exhale, sit up. Bring the soles of the feet down. Reverse tabletops. So draw your fingers forward. Shoulder blades together. You might scoot your hips forward. But first, lift the back wall of the heart. And then lift the hips. So it's the mechanics of the shoulder blades that support the lift of the heart. And then hug back through the belly. Once you find that, then you're able to comfortably let your head drop back. Keep hugging back through belly as you lift your heart. And then chin to chest. Inhale. Drop your hips. You might swing them back. Dandasana, lift your heels. And then drop your hips. And then exhale, make your way to your back. And then just take a twist here. So hips to the right, drop your knees to the left. Any variation of the legs. And then inhale back to center and just switch sides. And then come to center. You might hug your knees in one last time. Give them a big squeeze. And then exhale and release. Right into Shavasana. Just take note of how vulnerable we have to be just to fully release and feel at ease in Shavasana. How vulnerable we have to be to just be in the moment. Letting go of the things that hold us back. Not that they're bad, but because oftentimes they have a narrative of wanting to protect us. But when we open up to our vulnerabilities, we open up to more compassion, acceptance, and this really nurturing aspect of ourselves that then helps us to care for others. Not just people in our lives, but strangers as well, those that need us. Or maybe people that we haven't been opening up to as often as we'd like. That need us as much as we need them. And if you're ready, just quietly make your way to a seat, or please stay if you'd like in Shavasana. And allow yourself to sit in this vulnerable seat. And so that you may act from this place of compassion and spread hope from this place of love. Namaste.